Good morning, friends. I hope this finds you all well and happy. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a great week. It's been a week since we've seen each other, so I hope it was a good one for all of you. It has been a busy week for me. It was my birthday week, so lots of fun activity going on, and then just, of course, all the fun stuff that we have coming up in today's video. We are gonna do some fun fall crafting. I don't know if I really wanna call this DIY because we're not, we are doing it ourselves. But we're mostly going to just be, I guess this is what I would call crafting. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna hang out in the studio, and I've got 5 really fun projects planned for us. So go grab your coffees. I've got myself a pumpkin latte here, pumpkin spice latte. Yes, I know, it's still just September, but I'm in the mood now, y'all. I'm just really in the mood. Our weather has finally gotten cooler. It's been like in the upper 70s, and oh, it's just glorious. So I'm loving it, and it's really putting me in the mood for fall. So with that said, let's head on into the studio and do some crafting. Okay, y'all, so our first project is going to be something I've actually not tried before. We are going to be painting on some glass jars and kind of turning them into lanterns. So let's go see if we can make this happen. Okay, friends, we're gonna start this project out by doing some reverse stenciling on this jar. And I cut these leaves, all these different leaf shapes out on my cutter, and then we're just going to apply them to the jars. And before you apply these to your jars, you do want to make sure the jars are very clean. Then we are going to go over these with Mod Podge, because anytime you are painting on glass, it's a good idea to use Mod Podge first, because this helps your paint adhere better to the glassware. Once our Mod Podge has completely dried, we can begin painting our jars. And I am using the color Honey Brown by Americana. It's a Deco Art color. You can get these paints just in any of your local craft stores. So anyway, that's the color I'm going to paint on these jars, and I do have to end up doing 3 coats of paint on these, because sometimes when you're painting on glass, it takes a lot to actually cover the glass. I also painted the inside rim, just the very inside rim of this, and this is how they turned out. I think the color is very pretty and fitting for fall. Now we will begin peeling up our reverse stencil, and y'all, this was a little bit more fiddly than I expected it to be. I'd never done this on glass before, and my best advice to you is to really make sure that your paint is very dry and very cured, because I did get some paint trying to peel up on these. Next, I'm just going to embellish them a little bit with some fun little ribbon, and then we will add some tea lights in these to make some really fun fall lanterns. Okay, y'all, well, we did it. I think this one is my favorite. I liked the maple leaf one too. I couldn't fit all these in my hand at the same time, and I didn't want to break them. So yes, I love this project. I think these came out very cute. Y'all will have to let me know in the comments what you think. And then of course at the end, you'll have to let me know what your favorite was too. But this turned out great. This was fun, and yeah, you could do so many different things with this too. These would be cute for centerpieces. They would make cute just on a shelf display, or even the small one you could use like on a tiered tray. So yeah, so many fun uses that we could do with these. So yeah, this was a fun one. I like how they turned out. Okay, y'all, this next project is going to be a really fun one too. I got the inspiration for this one off of Pinterest, and I have been so excited to give it a try. We are going to be playing with jute in this
project, and we're stutter, sorry about that. And we're gonna be turning our jute into pumpkins. And I know it sounds really weird, but hang in there with me because this is going to be a fun one. So let's go play with some jute.
The first thing we need to do with this fun project is, first of all, obviously you're going to need some jute, and quite a bit of it. And we are just going to take some long strands, and I wrapped them around my hand 20 to 25 times, depending on how full you want your pumpkins to be. Once I have wrapped them, I'm going to tie them off so that they don't come unwrapped. And you'll see me doing that here. I just run the jute underneath, clip it, and then tie a really firm knot in these to keep them really well held together. Okay, y'all, and so I just wanted to let you know really quick that you will need approximately 6 to 8 of these little strands for each pumpkin. I liked mine pretty full, so some of them I did 6 and some of them I did 8 because I am making several here. Now we are just going to take and start tying our sides together, and I start by tying 3 of our little balls. I'm not sure what we want to call these individual jute sections, but I'm going to tie 3 of them together very, very firmly. And then I'll tie 3 more together, and then these 3 will form our pumpkin, and I will hot glue them together. And I will tell you that it takes a lot of hot glue because the jute has a tendency to absorb the hot glue. So you need to use an exorbitant amount of hot glue to hold these together. And press them together, hold them firmly until the glue is completely set, or your pumpkin may not stay adhered. Once we have done that, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a fluffing, and then we are going to go ahead and add our stem. And I just went to a park nearby my home actually and cut down a couple of or cut up some branches that I found on the ground to make my little pumpkin stems because I wanted them to be kind of natural. Then we will just embellish our pumpkin by adding some leaves, a couple of those little curlicues, you know, that are on the end of each pumpkin. I'm not sure their technical names. And maybe a fun little ribbon. So that is what we're doing now. We're just going to have fun embellishing these cute little pumpkins. For the fun little curlicues here, I'm just using paper wrapped wire. So I found it in the floral section at Hobby Lobby, and it's very heavy duty wire that's paper wrapped. And then I'm also going to use some of these fun little seed berry wires also. And I also found these in the floral section at Hobby Lobby. For our bows, I just took and ripped some fabric pieces, and I'm using 2 different patterns here, a green and a red, and then I added in a little bit of jute to kind of make this bow full, and then I'm just going to hot glue it right to the stem, and voila, y'all, we have some very cute jute pumpkins. Okay, y'all, I loved this project. This project was a lot of fun, a little bit time consuming. It did take us a little while to put these together, but not horribly bad. I mean, like, well, in real time, probably a half an hour. In video time, it was like 5 minutes, but in real time, about a half an hour for me to do each one individually.
So yes, this was a fun project. I really love these little pumpkins. They're definitely different, but fun and so whimsical, and they do remind me very much of fall. I think I love the color palette in these ones too because they're just so earthy and natural. So yeah, y'all are gonna have to let me know. We've got so many projects planned for today, it's gonna be hard to pick a favorite, I think, but maybe at the end we'll have to do a contest and see which one's the winner. Okay, this next project, y'all, is going to be a super fun one. I'm excited about this one because I decided to go to Dollar Tree and see if I could find some fun supplies or materials that we could make a cute craft with. And so I found these cute little wooden pumpkins, and that's what we're gonna work with today. So this one's fun, it's really budget friendly, very quick and easy project. And this one you could even do with maybe like your grandkids or kids or whatnot. This is just a really fun one, super simple, super easy. So let's go play.
Okay, y'all, so now we're just gonna work on these cute little wooden pumpkin rounds that I got at Dollar Tree. And I am mixing two different color paints here. So I have, one of the paints is FAUX art and it's called Linen Toll. And then the other one is Cinnamon Caramel by FAUX art also. And I'm doing just a blend, like I'll load up my brush with one color on one side and then flip it and load the other with another color so that these colors just kind of blend together to get this fun like gradient effect. Then I found these cute little letters. I got these ones at Walmart, and I'm just going to give these a quick staining with some antiquing wax. Once these are stained, we will begin embellishing our cute little pumpkins. So I thought it would be kind of fun to hang these from like just a little strand of jute. So I drilled some holes in these pumpkins and then strung these on, but then I didn't really like the way they just kind of dangled weirdly. So I did kind of give them each a little bit of hot glue to hold them in place once I had them where I liked them. Then I'm going to string a little hanger through this. I just made a little loop and then tied a big knot in it so that we would have a hanger. Once I had that done, I'm going to wrap this stem, which is why I didn't paint the stem, because I'm going to wrap this stem with jute. And I just start by hot gluing my first little string in place, and then I'll just go around and around and around this stem until it's kind of nice and full. And then I will also hot glue that other end in place to secure it tightly. We will continue embellishing this cute little pumpkin by adding some leaves and a couple of little flowers and probably even a bow here, because I think I'm on a roll with the little bows. And then I'll probably add one of those little curly cues also by using some of these seed I always forget what these things are called. Seed berries. There we go. These are wired seed berries. So that's what I'll probably add just to give us a little curly cue. And then here we go by adding a fun little ribbon. I also thought it would be really fun to add these cute little flowers, these cute little sunflowers to the tops of our bows. And there we have our fun little pumpkins, y'all. I love this little trio of wooden pumpkins. So fun.
She's waiting for love to be realized. I'll send her my heart.
Y'all, these ones were a lot of fun to make as well. I think I had a lot of fun with these ones. The little letters were a bit fiddly to work with, but we managed, we got them on there. I do think they came out cute, and there's just a super budget friendly craft. They are very versatile. You could use these, like you could tuck them in a door wreath, or you could hang them from a peg shelf. I think they've got a lot of different ways we could use them. This one's my favorite, mostly because I love green so much. And I liked the hey y'all. I'm saying y'all constantly in case you did not notice. It must be my favorite word. I do tend to say it a lot. And yeah, so as far as budget friendly, I don't think we have more than $2 invested into each one of these individually. Super fun craft. All right, y'all, craft number 4. Are you having fun? I know I am. I think crafting day is probably my favorite day of the entire week. Or the month or whatever. Anytime I get to craft, it's just my favorite day. So I hope y'all are having fun and enjoying these. Craft number 4 is going to be another fun one. We're going to be working with some glass jars and a little bit of reverse stenciling on these ones too. We're going to make some jack-o'-lanterns.
Okay, y'all, we're going to get to work now on our cute little jack-o'-lantern jars, and we're going to use the same steps that we did on our other lantern jars for this with the reverse stencil. But I do want to mention here that when you are making reverse stencils, it is very important that you use removable vinyl. We will also cover our jars with Mod Podge, just like we did with the others, to help our paint adhere. And y'all, I found these jars at Hobby Lobby, and when I picked them up, I'm like, oh, these are just way too cute for this project because they actually look like pumpkins. All right, now we're going to get to work while the Mod Podge is drawing on our jars, painting our lids. And I'm going to start out these lids with a base coat of Pumpkin Spice by FAUX. We are going to make these lids look kind of rusty and antique-y. So this is just our base coat. And then we will let that dry and move on to working on our jars again. I am painting our jars here with the color Linen Tulle by FAUX. And I am going to put 3 coats of paint on these jars. It just takes a lot of paint to cover the glass sometimes. So yes, I will do 3 coats of paint on these. Now we will remove our vinyl. And again, I want to just clarify that you want to make sure that your paint has really dry and really cured before you remove the vinyl. I got a little impatient working on these, and my paint did kind of want to try and peel up with the vinyl in some places, like right here. It kind of peeled up, but I was able to press it back down. I did have a little bit of issue with our cute little, our teeny weeny one too, because the eyes kind of got messed up, but that's okay. It worked out all right. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of antiquing on the pumpkins. I'm just doing some dry brushing here with our, I think this is called cinnamon. So yes, I'm just going to antique these a little bit, and then we are going to get to work on go back to working on our little lids, and I am mixing in some baking soda here with this paint. Again, I think this is called cinnamon. And the baking soda is just going to give our lids a lot of texture and kind of give them that, help give them that really rusty look that I'm going for here. So I'm going to do 2 layers of the baking soda paint on these, and then we will add in some highlight colors in just a bit. Now that our first coat is dry on this, I'm going to add in a little bit of yellow just to kind of give some highlights. And then I'm also going to go back over this with some, it's called rust oxide, and it is made by FAUX Art also. And I'm just going to go over a little bit, just do some dry brushing with this color over the tops of this to give it that really rusty, old, worn look. Next, we are going to add some stems to the top of our little jar lids, and I'm just using some E6000 here to attach these. These are finials, and I found these in the woodcraft section at Hobby Lobby. These just seemed like they would work so perfect for this. And then I'm going to measure just to make sure that I got them absolutely center, because E6000 is a little bit forgiving and you have plenty of time to move things around if you need to. How cute are these, y'all? All right, let's do a little bit of embellishing to the top of these, and then I think we will call these cute little jack-o'-lanterns finished.
Okay, y'all, so these two little guys are my favorite of the day so far. We have one craft left after this, but I think it's safe to say that these are going to be my absolute favorite. These are going to be the winner for me. These came out absolutely adorable in my opinion. I love them. I love the simplicity of them, even though this little guy's face didn't come out quite the way I had hoped it would. I mean, we have a few little mistakes on him, but you know, sometimes those mistakes can make the project look just as cute or even better sometimes, you know. What's that saying? Perfectly imperfect. That's kind of something that we say a lot around here with our DIY projects, is that they're perfectly imperfect when they're handmade. So yes, these two, my absolute favorite. For our final craft today, we are going to make something that is reminiscent of my childhood. I have fond memories of making carameled apples and candied apples in the fall as a child. So this next one, we are going to make some caramel apples, but they're going to be faux caramel apples so that we can actually keep them around. These will be fun to display like on your kitchen countertop, or you could display them even on a tiered tray. They'll just be a lot of fun. And these ones, even though they're not edible, they're still going to be a lot of fun. I'm laughing because I have a tendency to use faux food a lot to just as a decorative piece in my kitchen, and my family makes fun of me quite a bit, especially my oldest daughter. She just thinks it's the funniest thing in the world that I do. So that it kind of makes me chuckle a little bit, but I think we're going to enjoy these. They'll be fun to make. So let's go whip up some faux caramel apples.
For our fun caramel apples, y'all, we're going to need some paint, we're going to need some caramel apple sticks, and some faux plastic apples. And I'm just going to start out here by inserting all of our sticks into the apples, and you want to make sure that you put them into the top part of the apple. Then we will start painting them, and I am using the color Cinnamon Caramel by FAUX Art for our for the caramel part on our apples. And I had to paint 3 coats of this on each of the apples. So that's what we're doing now. We're just going to get some paint put on these. We will let the paint dry really well, and then we are going to apply a couple of coats of Mod Podge, and before the Mod Podge is completely dry, we will dip them into our faux peanuts. And for the faux peanuts, I just used crushed corn cob pet bedding that I found on Amazon, and I will link that down below for y'all. I am applying a pretty liberal coat of this Mod Podge because I want our faux peanuts to stick really well. But I do want you to know that the Mod Podge dries clear, so so any of the spaces that are between our peanuts, you'll still see our faux caramel color shine through like you see here.
Okay, y'all. I think these caramel apples came out actually pretty darn cute. I don't know. Y'all have to let me know what you think. I think they're cute, and I actually think they look really real and really delicious. I don't think I'm going to take a bite out of one to test that theory, but they do look really cute. I like them. I think they're going to look really cute sitting here on my island for a little while, and hopefully no one comes in and picks it up and tries to take a bite out of it. I think most of the people in my house already know not to test food around here without asking first if it's real. Anyway, y'all are going to have to let me know in the comments below what craft was your favorite from today. I loved them all, but my favorite is definitely our cute little jack-o'-lantern jars. The absolute favorite from today for me. So yeah, please let me know in the comments, y'all, what was your favorite from today's crafting day. I sure had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time too. It was so much fun to hang out with y'all, and I always love sharing all of our crafts together. I love sharing just all the things that I do with y'all so much. It just makes it so much more fun when you have someone to share it with. So thank you so much, y'all, for being here today. I look forward to seeing you again next week. We have got something really exciting coming up next week, so please come back and spend some time with us, and that I can surprise you with what we have going on. Oh my goodness. I think I'm a little bit of a mess right now. I think I'm on Crafty High or something. Anyway, I hope that I see you all again next week. Until then, y'all take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.